Give me a second to climb up there. Don't know why someone started whistling that.
Human male, average build.
It's us again.
Estimated age out 36
Jiminy,
years.
Jim.
Human male.
Narchi, how's it?
It is the human from before. Archie must apologize for before. We and us had to go to sleep.
Oh, that's okay, Narchi. I asked a lot of questions. You must have been tired.
We and us are tired, yes. But the antenna must work. Always. In case Home Tree calls us. If they call and Narchi answers, maybe they will come to fetch me and us. And Narchi can go home.
You told me about someone taking your transponder. Who was it?
Loose lips. A friend. She was sad. Narchi tried to make her happy. We spoke about the light and the warmth. We spoke about the grass and the red sand. We spoke about the wind and the crisp leaves. She had to leave Home Tree when she had too much drink. They broke her transponder. She was outcast. She could not return. We offered to share Narchi's transponder. Take turns to use it. She took it all away for herself. While we were in the dark. The Hanasi say she's gone to the cattle. Archie has heard it is nice there. Maybe when she comes to get Narchi, we and us can go there also.
Warning! Overheating. Please initiate cool down mode.
Back into the dark. Tell me, human man, what is it like there where you stand? In the light?
It's pretty. Yeah, there's golden sunlight peeking through shreds of cloud in a wide blue sky. Grasses and flowers are growing, and there's a warm shimmer in the air.
That sounds nice. That sounds very nice.
Commencing cool down mode.
Yep.
This place is kiff.
Human male, average build.
Loose lips.
Oh, please lower your voice, human man. My head is sore. How did you hear that name?
From Narchi.
Your old friend Narchi mentioned it in passing.
Narchi told you. And they call me loose lips. Not she is good Caecus, a lucky drone. Any Caecus that becomes a drone is a lucky Caecus. They don't have to carry this weight, this useless husk of flesh with them.
You think Nachi is lucky? He didn't seem too happy about losing his body.
That is because he has forgotten what it feels like to be trapped inside one's own body. To have arms that cannot move, to have legs that cannot feel the tips of their toes brushing over the tallest grass. We gave up so much for this. So much.
So much.
So your people weren't always like this?
Accessing memory files. Please be patient.
Generations ago, we lived as nomads, always walking, wandering from the grasslands of Zhao Zhao to the volcanic rocks of Slag. To own a case map was the highest honor. We charted the course of the Wardens, even finding the soft tears in space for them to travel through. As the ether started to close in on our world, we were exposed to far too much of it. The rainbow death followed us, taking our elderly, taking our children. We fled to the forests of Saxonwold, making our home in the tall trees, fearful that the ether would again rob us of our past and our future. Inside those trees, we found a transmitter, a direct link to the Doulahan. Some even thought it could be a link to Doris' self. The Doulahan encouraged us to explore even further, to leave the safety of the treetops.
Quite gullible.
How did you know it was the voice of the Doulahan?
When you are given a gift from the gods, you do not question it.
And this
Yeah,
voice
they've
told
mentioned
you
the
to
Rainbow
leave
Death more than
and to
once.
carry on making
The
maps.
weird
Accessing memory file.
ether hue thing, I
Please
think
be
it came following
patient.
whatever weird war
Yes,
took place some
we
years
wanted
ago.
to stay in the treetops, but the call to travel the world was too
The
loud
weird
to
smoke
ignore.
dust stuff that you sometimes
The
see.
Doulahan told us to ask the Flay for some spare drones to help us travel and avoid the ether. But soon we began to rely on the drones for everything. To move, to hunt, to explore. The ether made us weak. It made us need the drones even more. Even our children were born weak. Then the darkness took us, took our eyes, took the feeling in our skin. It didn't even leave us our tongues. We have lost everything. We do not even have our own language anymore. Without these drones, we are empty husks. We shut down the voice of the Doulahan, turned away from our god, and we stayed in those trees.
When I get in to speak to the Caecus,
You cannot. Only Caecus can access Home Tree. Other organics are not allowed. Even if a Caecus with a faulty transponder tries to enter, the drones will open fire.
a Caecus transponder.
Warning. Potential to compromise home tree security.
A Caecus transponder tells other drones that you are Caecus. Mine broke, so I could not return to Home Tree. So when Nachi was in maintenance mode, I took his.
How could you do that to your friend?
I don't know. I was weak. After I took it, I left. I could not face him. Here, take it. I do not want it. I do not need it. Please, take it far away from me.
Short-term dormancy in progress.
have
Shutting
a nice
down
day.
higher brain functions. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yep. Guessing I need to take this back to Narcissus, seeing how they specifically mentioned it. I wouldn't be able to get in. Not still being a. I can't just arbitrarily use it myself.
love a nap.
Hey,
Hey, what? Hey, listen. Nope, guess I don't need to talk to him. Just presumed. I know, right? Figured I need to get in there, but I figured I'd give it back to the guy.
ooh. Even with the transponder, your flesh will peel from your bones if you go through that door.
That's what I
Turn on the
understood.
transponder. I'll link to it and enter home tree myself.
That would make more sense.
Dad always said to use the right tool, right job.
Why don't you tag along and we'll see how far you get through that force field. Now, unless you have any other helpful remarks, let me get on with my mission.
Cool. Now I get to play as the dog. Object detected. Structure, electrical, integrity 4%. Maybe that's how she sees everything.
Okay, Pooch. You've got a mission. Get in and get out.
I like the whole
Looks like
camera
this is
wobble.
connected to the dish. Come on, Pooch. Don't let your team down. Go in there.
Does have a lock on it.
So that's the receiver.
Oh.
Slow and steady, Pooch.
Guessing that's all we needed to do. And then now it connects to the comma right here. At some point or another, apparently you can wander in there, but neat. Thanks. And back over to the other place then.
Slow down!
The pebble returns to the pond. The plants surrounding our humble village have seemed a little brighter since you came into our lives. We trust that your travels have been fruitful. Is there any way that our spirit circle can help your spirit circle?
The Caecus. They may know about your tear.
Ah, yes. We have suspected for some time that they know the way into Leal, beautiful creatures of the trees. The Caecus collective no longer speak with the Chisenyama. They are truly children of the old gods, born of metal and flesh and forged in the ether. We miss them and their insights into the world.
What happened?
A misunderstanding set the Caecus on a different path. Before we went into hiding behind our shield, we placed transmitters around the world to ensure we could still commune with the old gods. Our holy shrine of communication is at the center of our village. The Caecus discovered one of our transmitters in the forests of Saxonwold.
The voice of Dullahan was one of your transmitters?
We were caught off guard when they began to call it the voice of the Dullahan. The old gods would have disapproved of this idolatry. The Dullahan is a false god. The Caecus were searching for meaning, for purpose in their lives. We gave it to them. They wanted to explore the world again, to search for new places and make new discoveries. Through the Caecus, the old gods had provided us with a way to search for Leal while we remained protected.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of got themselves pretty messed up long term as a side effect, though if fundamentally wasn't necessarily their intent.
People aren't tools for you to just use and throw away.
We see that now. It is our greatest shame. We wish for forgiveness. When we discovered we could control the Caecus drones directly, we began to use them as our eyes and ears to the world outside of our shield. We pray the old gods understand our desperation. We left the Caecus in the ether for too long, pushed them further and further, and soon the voice of the Dullahan fell silent. They have been quiet ever since. This is our sin. Please do not think less of us. We were longing to find our gods and rebuild our tribe.
If you're so remorseful, why do you still transmit in your village?
The transmitter is no longer connected to the Caecus. If you do not believe us, please look for yourself.
Right.
We have nothing to hide. Pray do not think less of us for this. It hurts to speak of. Please, leave us to once again beg forgiveness from the old gods.
Domkop.
Filthy.
So strange.
So I'm guessing I can go this way now.
Holy shit, this is weird.
Don't quite know what I'm doing here. There's my map data.
This must be the main computer.
Turn Vesta, Old Ark, Vesta, okay, Hangar. That one we have already. And then 2 locations of Slag, which those were new to me. Initiate self-destruct sequence, dang. I didn't presume there'd be anything over here, but check.
Mark, I think we should give this to the Anasi. They have an addiction. They just want to live normal lives.
Oh. Weird.
I appreciate your concerns, but I haven't made any decisions.
Just think about what I'm saying then. If we don't give it to them, they'll be stuck in the same situation, only with no leverage against the Chiznama. I don't trust those Jose. Something about them. They're drug dealers, Mark. And worse, they're making drugs that give the Hanasi false hope. They're holding the memories of their families hostage with this stuff. Just think about it before you make a choice. Give the data to Uthi. She just wants to take care of her people. She wants to give them hope. Don't take that away from them.
Just trying to look at the other maps. There it is. Yeah, that's the Slag ones I've got. So there's the Terror, and then add the Old Ark there. That's more curious what it was the Uthi needed with it, other than so they have it to then give to the Chichiyama instead of me. Right. But I still wind up with the whatever it is. Right. Right, like your ultimate alliance, you chose wisely. When? I understand. I was already here.
Mark Leslie, you have returned to us again, and with knowledge of the gateway to Leal. Good. Now go.
What about the tether?
You weak-minded fool. You have the mind of a Nazi slave. Our
Sure.
ark is built around the tether. Did you think we would dare out the very heart of our creation to help someone like you? A stranger to this land. One who knows nothing about our history, our customs, our gods. When you first arrived at our gate, Chaka here wanted to rip off your head and use your skull as a ball. But I know a useful idiot when I see one.
There you go.
Wait, what about the Hanasi?
The Hanasi will wither and perish without the herb, or they will tear each other apart out of fear when they realize we have left. Generations ago, they looted our homeland and left us nothing but ash. And as vengeance, we will not lift a finger. They will destroy themselves. We will take our ark to Leal and banquet with our gods. We will take our tether device with us. But we will give you this token of our appreciation as a final way to let our warriors spill blood on this earth. Goodbye, Mark Leslie.
So apparently I have to get the toast out of the way then. Don't have anything to use here then. Just curious if that's where I was trying to go or not. Metal ribs of the ark have become part of the landscape.
Don't
Feathery
like
white
it.
blossoms look out of place with colorful foliage. Rocky outcrops provide some privacy for the ark's final resting place. Tall green acacia stands guard over the ark's broken body. The ark wasn't strong enough to withstand the rigors of its voyage. So I need to walk down here then. Blooms have a strange sweet fragrance. Guess I am using that at the tear then.
What was that girl's name in school? The one on the hockey team?
Yeah, Marita Meyer.
Marita
That he knew.
Meyer. The Meyer sisters. I always liked her. She would share samis with me when Mom didn't make lunch.
When did Mum ever skip on making lunch?
Well, never, but Marita didn't know that. I got to share lunch with a pretty girl and eat a bit extra.
Charlize was at nursing school with Marita. She went to work at Baragwanath Hospital.
I can imagine those two being friends. They both loved animals. I thought you would become a vet.
If Charlize had been given more time, yeah, maybe she would have eventually.
She would have done good no matter what. She was a nice person. Always nice to me.
Oh, she was too good for either of us.
I loved her, Marky. I miss her.
We've still got a lot of ground to cover. Let's go.
Interesting. A good place they need to wrap up or get down too many other rabbit holes.